Napoli, Napoli, Napoli!
What's going on, my fellow Napolitani and Calcio enthusiasts? Welcome back to NNTV. This is season 2, episode 23, I believe. No, 22, sorry. And we're fresh off a victory at the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona against no one else but Juventus. We got the dub 2-1, well embrace. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the blonde sniper, Mr. Rasmus Højlund. There's the graphic. Overall, man, you know, this same match, I was looking at the on the CBS Sports Golazo, the panel members talking about, you know, is Højlund worth this and that, the 45 million obligation by the loan, whatever. And I think he answered their question fairly well. I know we have Lukaku, pretty much almost 100% fit, ready to go. But me and Debo were talking about this a couple of days ago. Imagine Lukaku and Højlund playing as the two strikers. That'd be pretty good, in my opinion, depending what formation, you know, we do end up going out there with. And because we know that the 3-4-3 is working fairly well for us, and that would obviously not make it a 3-4-3 anymore. But I think they could cook them two up together. Anyways, let's talk about the match. So Højlund got his brace, and as you all know, we are actually undefeated at home for all of 2025. That's pretty damn impressive, considering we weren't in the UCL last season still, but still impressive nonetheless. That's no easy feat, and shout out to Conte for making that happen, man. So Debo, tell me, how did we do this match? I mean, obviously we did well, but if you want to get into it just a little bit.
Complete domination, man. The energy level was I mean, I can't remember another match where the energy level felt like it was more, even though Juve shit now, you know, they're still our rival. So we're always going to be up for that match. They haven't beat us at home in like 100 years. So getting that, you know, I think it's like 7 or 8
It's
years
8.
in a row.
It's
Is
8.
it 8? Okay. So, you know, just beating them is always a great feeling, man. And the players, they understand the importance of the match just because of the rivalry, and they all played their hearts out and executed. Juve had that one goal, and that was really their only real chance until the very, very end of the match. With that shot did make me a little nervous, to be honest. So lost our focus just for a second there, but man, Neres and Elmas, man, those two players in this match were just unstoppable. They were pretty much doing whatever they wanted to do. And you know, seeing Højlund get a brace too was nice. You know, we're recording this after we got our asses handed to them against Benfica. So it's hard to, you know, be super excited about this match, to be honest, just because of the emotional letdown from today. But you know, Højlund is an example of that dude that he just needs to be more consistent. If he can be more consistent, he's gonna be a difference maker for us when it comes to winning the Scudetto. You know, today's match was Champions League, of course, but if we can just get more consistency out of him overall, that's gonna be it's gonna be a huge difference. And I don't know, man, when Lukaku comes back, it's you know, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I mean, he's not gonna be a full-time starter, you know, at
Right
least
off
for
the
a
bat.
few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least for a few weeks. So at some point, I do think Conte will experiment and see how they can play together as a two striker up top formation. I'll be very interested to see how that works out, just so that you know we know if it works, and then depending on who we're playing, it might be the right formation to throw out there. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I mean, super happy about beating them, especially in a dominating factor like that. So
Now you
being
don't sound
joint
too
top.
happy. Stop thinking about that Benfica
Yeah, I
match
know.
today.
I know. Being, we'll do another video on that and but
Yeah, we'll record that one tomorrow.
being joint with Milan with all the injuries that we've had and that little blip where we started thinking that maybe we weren't even gonna get top 4 easily. I think we've all forgotten about that. So yeah, we're in a good position in
That we
the
are. Yeah.
Scudetto race for sure.
Yep. Serie A wise is looking really good. Obviously, we'll talk about the Benfica match in our next upcoming video. We'll probably have time to actually record that maybe after this one, depending how long this is for us. We got lives. This isn't our life, but we do enjoy doing it. Just priorities. Anyways, offensive performance. Since you did mention Hoyland quite a bit there, let's talk about our offense. With that being said, not only Hoyland, but David freaking Neres, man,
Yeah.
doing it again for us. Doing it again. Not doesn't need to score goals.
Mhm.
He can create, and that's exactly what
Yep.
he did. He completely isolated Juventus's fullback. He delivered that beautiful, precise cross. He allowed Hoyland to attack on the blind side and then finish sharply, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it was just too much of a overload of force from Neres for the Juventus backline in general. And without him, we simply don't win this game. Yes, Hoyland did score the brace, but dude, this is all coming from Neres himself. We had that little lucky touch from I forgot who the Juve defender was, but he was on Lang and ended up hitting his shoulder and then going right to Hoyland's head for the goal. And Neres just completely shut them down, man. Almost reminded me of how he did it against Inter. He's that important of a player for us, but
Yep.
as we've mentioned quite a few times, man, he's got tired legs. I know we're not talking about the Benfica match, but that showed today. So we'll definitely get into that some more in the next video. But yeah, Debo, if you want to get more into the attack, any points you want to make that I didn't make? Elmas.
I mean, I mentioned Elmas and how he was able to play the role of Lobotka very, very well, and he's never done that before. So that was really a refreshing and satisfying thing to see, knowing that we can even use him in that role. Like I think he's played almost every attacking role for Napoli at some point during his career now, and
Yeah.
it's great to have a player like that. You know, um, knowing that he's going to be able to start or sub pretty much wherever Conte wants to throw him in, man. He's nicknamed the Joker for a reason,
Yeah.
And his motivation, his energy, him knowing that this was a big match, you could tell that he was up for it. So that was really great to see. Yeah, those are the two players that stood out the most for me, Nedes and Elmas. And then Hoyland obviously is going to stand out because he got a brace. He put himself in the right position to get that header. Like he was where he needed to be able to react off like a rebound and lucky bounce, and he was able to clinically get it into the back of the net with that header. So I like that, and I hope it continues. But it didn't today, and we'll record, for that. Yeah.
You just can't
So
stop mentioning it. Just get
no,
it
I
out the
can't.
mind.
He
Get
didn't
out
do.
the conscience. It's not good to think about
No,
negative
no,
things all the time.
no, no.
You know that.
He didn't do shit today, man. I mean, you would think after getting a brace and playing in a Champions League game that he didn't look anything like he did versus Juve. So, but I think the majority of the team didn't. So I don't think that's like him. I think just the way that the team was playing, nobody looked good today versus Benfica. So,
No. It's the last time we're
well, I
mentioning
mean, we
Benfica.
play
The last time.
what we play Udinese up next. I think that this is an
Vergara, man.
opportunity. What's that?
Vergara.
Yeah, not only Vegata, you're not going to like it when I say this, but
Politano, I already
I
know.
think
Yeah.
I think it's an opportunity for some rotation. We play in the Super Copa the following week, and I think the Super Copa is a trophy worth getting. We're playing Milan, so we don't want to look like shit. We don't want to damage our confidence. So I think Conte is going to want to play his best 11 and try to beat Milan so that we can take that next step to winning that trophy. And in order to do that, I think Conte said something in the post match today about being concerned about all these matches. So if you're concerned, then that would tell me that Udinese, if you give a shit about the Supercopa, which I think he probably does, then Udinese, he should do some rotation, man. And you said it already. For me, this is the perfect match for Vergata and Luca. Yes, I
Oh
said
my
it.
gosh! Holy
Yes,
moly!
I
Hey,
said
that's
it.
his ex team. So maybe he might come out and do something special. Who knows? Who knows?
If there's any fucking match where he should do something, it's this one.
Yeah,
And
we'll
then
see.
Hoyland gets some rest.
Yeah, we'll see if we're lucky enough with the ex stand up ball. Whenever in how Napoli players, whenever they leave us and then they end up playing us, they play absolutely
I
stellar.
would
So
I would also like to see Marianucci play.
yeah,
Those three players I want to see start versus Udinese. I
yeah,
think it's a good match to get those players some playing time and more importantly to get some rest for others that have been playing. Politano too. I forgot about Politano. Politano needs to start too. Nedes needs
yeah.
rest.
Give those
Hoyland
some
needs
rest.
rest.
This is what we talked about.
Yeah. Yep.
If you guys did miss episode 20, we did talk about Politano being a super sub. That was obviously sarcasm. Not everyone caught that. But yeah, I mean, he really has not been that bad though. As I said, I think he's been doing his job. Sometimes he does pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it's Politano for crying out loud. But he has
players today.
Hey, we're not talking about Benfica. We're saving that for the next one. We're gonna talk about Politano all you want next video with the Benfica match. All
Okay.
right. But yeah, I mean, Politano definitely needs to start against Udine. They're obviously not a soft side though. They always play bigger teams better than they should. So it won't be easy. It won't be a walk in the park to say the least. Especially
Yeah,
given
but
if you're talking about switching out a lot of these players, which
yeah,
obviously just
but
needs to happen. It needs to.
yeah, but here's the thing, man. You can start those players, and if it works out and you're leading in the second half, especially if it's by
Yeah.
2 goals, then you can roll with those players until towards the end. And if not, throw in the players like Hoyland and Neres and others to try to make sure that we can get the 3 points because Conte needs to rotate a little bit, but he also needs to make sure that the approach is still to win.
Yeah.
We
Definitely.
can't take any game off in Serie A with how close the race is. It's not about that. It's just about trying to manage the tired legs.
Yeah. I wouldn't even
He
mind.
needs
I wouldn't even mind seeing Juan Jesus in there too as a starter. He's been
yeah,
solid for a
yeah, for
starter.
sure.
So
Yep. Play Juan
somebody I've
Jesus
forgotten that.
instead of Buongiorno.
Yeah.
Play Marianucci instead of Bukema and leave Rachmani because Rachmani was out for a while. So like the drain of the entire season, he's got a little bit less mileage on his legs. So, start Rachmani.
Yeah.
He's been a rock for us. Put him in the middle and then give him Marianucci and Juan Jesus to play a back three. There's nothing wrong with that. Marianucci's a Serie A player. Juan Jesus has showed that he can be that guy for us. So there's no reason that we can't rotate big time for this game.
Yeah. Oh, since we're talking about the defense so much, let's get into the defensive performance. And with that being said, I think they were excellent. I mean, quite literally,
But 30
Juventus,
seconds.
but 30 seconds.
About 30
And
seconds of the match.
yeah, and that Yildiz goal was kind of a walk in the park for him too, though. I mean, freaking tall man
Yeah.
Vanya over there, he can't react to something so low. It was pretty slow though. I mean, I wanted to see some kind of dive. He couldn't even dive down all the way given his position and his stature in that corner. But
We talked
yeah,
about this offline. That
yeah,
is definitely, I think, one of
one of
his
his weaknesses. Yeah,
maybe only weakness
yeah,
is his inability to get down on a low ball that shot right by him.
yeah.
That's like a rolling ball,
Mhm.
because he's got to get all the way down to get to the ball. And I think he's allowed maybe 3 or 4 goals this season like that, where he probably should have at least got a hand on it.
Yep, definitely.
Or get your foot out on it. One of the two. You got to be able to do one of the two. And yeah, I think
I
that's
just
one of
think
the
how
things that that
I just think
Medic's
how
probably better than him at.
yeah, I just think how he set himself up. It was already so hard given his size, already being there. You know, it was just tough. Yildiz is a star, to say the least. You know, I hate to say it, but he is. He's a very good young prospect, who hopefully leaves Juventus this upcoming summer.
So for anybody that's like predicting Juve to make top 4 at this point, is probably not being realistic with themselves. They might be talking as a fan and not as somebody that's really trying to make a bona fide prediction. They're just not showing that they're worthy of that even after they got Spalletti. So they don't do that. I really don't see Yield as wanting to stay. He would have to be talked into staying, man. I mean, he wants to be in Champions League football.
Definitely,
So
they're just lacking quality, man. It's all about quality. Hey, they're just
and
lacking
mentality.
and
And
mentality too. Yeah,
mentality. Yeah,
even with the Spalletti there, he hasn't been able to fix that really.
they lack quality, but for me, the biggest problem with them is up here. Like, things just they aren't working. You feel like the players just aren't in it. You know, Yildiz and Conceição, those are the only 2 players that whenever I've watched that they are consistently in it.
Zeg
Everybody else is off and on, man,
Zegrova is too.
or
He's
off the whole time.
Ze
Well, Zegrove hasn't got a
Zegrova.
lot of playing time, though.
Yeah, but he's definitely in it. Trust that guy is so nice. I wish we
Oh,
got him
you
for
think he's
real.
in it? Okay.
Yeah, he just doesn't get enough playing time. Spalletti doesn't play him enough. I
Mm.
think that guy's nice as fuck. Not gonna lie, I would have definitely swooped him up, but they stole him from us. It's fine. So, anyways, defensively, I mean, we were very organized as we have been for the last 3 matches now. We had a mid-block 4-4-2, kind of squeezing those central lanes. Then we also transitioned into like a 5-man low block with our 3-4-3 formation with our wing backs kind of coming down. And it's just been working for us. Obviously not today against Benfica, but it's just been working for us. So no complaints there. Really, Juve had 2 shots on target, 0 corners, by the way, all game. Did you notice that? 0. They had
No,
no
that's not
corners.
true.
They had no corners. 0
No way.
corners. Yeah.
What?
Go watch it again if you want to. They had 0 corners. I was
Oh,
like,
that's crazy.
what? That's
Huh.
unheard of. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. That means every time that they went on the side of the pitch and they tried to push forward, it was always
Yeah.
out on them, or they
It
tried
means
something else in the center. And I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
They just had 0 corners.
Huh.
Crazy. So defensively, A+, even though we did allow that 1 goal from the star, Yildiz. I already knew he was going to try something that game, and he got his rent payment done. But they still lost, and that's what matters. And we dominated the whole match. All right, so that'll do it for the offensive and defensive performance. Without further ado, let's get into the song of the match. Debo, I'll let you handle this one. Who is it?
It's my boy Elmas, man, the Joker. Taking that position for the first time in his Napoli career and killing it, man. You see that one clip where he beat like 3 players and put Conceição on his back?
How could I miss it? He's so technically gifted.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Very, very happy about him doing that, like we've talked about a little bit already. So no doubt, there's no hesitation on who my song of the match is, and that's the Joker.
Definitely, I agree. All right, so that is the song of the match. Let's get into the Wayo of the match, and that's got to be. I mean, you could say Neres too. You really could. I would not be mad at that. You couldn't even made him the song of the match, realistically. But it's going to Mr. Rasmus Højlund, man, the Danish sniper. The guy got a brace, was very clinical on goal, took the chances he needed, and did so very well. We hope
that movement that movement on that goal from the assistant by Neres, man, that movement was perfect.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's what we were seeing a lot when we had, KDB healthy and playing. Was those clinical finishes, because all he had to do was just run down and then open goal. That's really it. He
His
will
partnership
finish
with
those
Neres and
shots. He knows how to get
yeah,
open with the space. He knows how to
yeah,
adjust himself correctly. He just needs the
his
right pass through the lanes. Realistically,
yeah, his overall partnership with Neres has been great, man.
yeah,
Not just Neres to him, but vice versa too, man. I'm loving it. I just hope it continues.
me too. I think it will. When I talk about
It didn't
Benfica,
today.
see, are you going to do it? We're not doing that. Okay, so
He
that
was
is the
nowhere to be found today.
so that is the song and the wayo of the match. So the Conte post match praise for Mr. Elmas. Talk about that, Debo.
Yeah, no, I mean he just it was one of the things that he profoundly was talking about was how Elmas had such a great game. So that was the one thing that I took from Conte and what he was saying after the match. So it was nice to hear that. And Elmas is contributing, man. He's not scoring goals, not even I don't think he's getting any assists, but he's contributing to the overall performance of our boys, and I love to see it. The last time he was here, he had that Instagram post where he was, loving living on the bench sarcastically, but I think he's completely accepted his role, whether he's got to come off or he's going to start in a position that he's not used to. He doesn't care. He
Yeah,
just wants to play his role, and whatever Conte gives him, he's going to play it. I'm loving it.
definitely. He's done a phenomenal job. We kind of knew he was going to do this for us whenever he got his name called up, and I think he's
Yep.
been doing very well.
God,
Obviously,
imagine when he gets his first goal, especially if it's at the Maradona.
he did have one, but it was called offside. It was called back for something, but he would have had it already. But whatever, it happens. So let's go over the injury status real quick. As you all know, KDB is going to be out till March 1st. That's the expected return date. It could change. February 16th, Billy Gilmore out until January 15th. Medit out until December 19th. And with Vanya kind of being a little bit of a blunderfest going on recently.
Blunderfest? Come
I
on,
mean,
Blunderfest. No.
I don't know. I'm over exaggerating, but this isn't the Vanya that we're used to seeing, to say the least. It really is not. I would still prefer Vanya in goal. Don't get it twisted, but I don't know what Conte is thinking. We know that he does like Alex Medit. He does. When Medit was healthy, he was starting most of the matches. Just saying.
I
So
was disappointed in that penalty shootout in the Coppa Italia match. Can't lie.
I think that he redeemed himself. Making that
Oh, his
penalty
shot,
as
yeah.
a goalkeeper. That was pretty freaking cool to see. One of the fastest penalty kicks in history. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Insane. But
Yeah,
anyways,
he
yeah,
put a
go
hole in
for
the
it.
back of the net, didn't he?
Yeah, he definitely did. So Miguel Gutierrez is also still out. He's going to come back December 12th. So maybe he'll start against Udinese, maybe not. I think he shouldn't. He could probably come in later, trying to
No.
recoup. I know it's
Yeah.
too early, but December 12th is the expected return date, so he would be healthy for Udinese. And Lukaku is December 15th, so he's on the bench. He's there, but Conte's being patient with him. Obviously we've
He
done
wouldn't
well without him in recency bias, of course.
he hasn't been on the bench yet though. I thought he had a chance maybe to get on the bench for today's game, and then
You're right.
he has
Sorry.
been added to
Yeah,
the
to the squad
the
list for
UCO
UCL.
list. So
Yeah,
this one coming up, man, I think it might actually be the first time that he suits up.
it's
I
one
know I've
pit.
said that like 10 times already because I've
Yeah,
been like hoping he was going to come back, but
we're
I
just
didn't
being patient.
realize that he actually didn't he hasn't actually been training with the group until this week. So
Yeah,
maybe that's a sign where he might suit up for the match this weekend. We'll see.
I would love to see him out there. Not gonna lie, I think it's getting to that time for Mr. Romelo. Also, we have Lobotka out. No expected return date on that. Sadly, uh, we saw today that we dearly missed him. But anyways, Let's get into Lukaku. I mean, you kind of already talked about it a little bit, but he's back in group training, as you stated. Expected return date is December 15th. It keeps getting pushed back because he has been on the bench. That was my apologies there. I thought he was on the bench, but nope, I was wrong. So that's that. He's back in group training. Hopefully we see him sooner rather than later. We're just being patient, it seems. Okay, let's get into the Serie A standings. As you can tell, Milan came back from down 2-0 to Torino away because Mr. Pulisic there wanted to have a MJ flu game. He's playing with the flu, and he gets a brace in a matter of like 13 minutes. Unreal, man. Unreal. How can you count this guy out? How can you hate this guy? You just can't. The guy's got it, man. Simple as that. He is nice. He is nice.
For
Milan,
me, for me, he is the even though he's had injuries, he's the MVP of the season right now for me, man.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's the best difference maker on any team in Serie A right now. When he comes in the pitch, Milan look completely different. It's insane. Without him on the pitch, they were not winning that game against Torino. Yes, Rabiot had a fantastic shot from outside the box, but man, when Pulisic came in, completely different team.
We should talk about Roma just for a minute, man.
Yeah,
I think Roma might start showing. They might like them losing 2 in a row, man. This might be their true colors.
Out of top 4, huh?
When I'm saying true colors, I mean like that Scudetto talk. I think that's fizzled, and it's almost pretty soon here. It might go away. Dude, 15 goals scored, man. That's crazy. That's all they got.
That's pretty nuts. Inter literally has double their amount plus some. That's pretty crazy to see.
That is insane. If you really think about that.
Crazy, though.
Who they play this weekend? They get 3 losses in a row. Oh, boy. Here we go.
That's definitely concerning. That's what we were dealing with the whole crisis talk when we couldn't score for 3 freaking goals. 3 games, sorry. But yeah, Napoli are in second. We're obviously tight on points, but with the head-to-head, Milan are in first ahead of us because we did lose over there against them. And Inter are in third, only 1 point behind both of us. And Roma in fourth with 27, Bologna 25, Como at 6 with 24. Once again, we did not include a certain team in there, but they're not in the top 6 in European competition.
The Roma has Como at home.
Oh,
and the match after that, they go to Torino to play the mediocrity and irrelevance of Serie A right now. And they're going to be desperate. They're going to be desperate. Juve's probably going to get a result out of that game, if not win.
Yeah, Roma might end up honestly getting 1 point after these 2 games. I think Como manages to tie.
You could see, with how close everything is, you could see Roma drop down to 7th place in 2 weekends.
Yeah, that's insane.
And they were in first place for a minute.
I mean, that also that goes to show how tight this Serie A race is in general. I mean, it's from freaking
insane.
1st to 6th. It's 7 points, man. Pretty nuts. That's 2 games and a half.
Hence why we have to beat Udinese, but still rotate players. We got to figure it out. Conte's got to have one of his best matches as a manager and coach this weekend.
It's crazy. It sounds you're right, even if it's against Udinese.
Yep.
So since we're talking about Udinese, let's give out some quick thoughts. I know you kind of talked about it earlier, Debo, so I'll let you go off there. What you want to do with the rotations and all that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest thing in this match is other than the approach to still win it, that's what is most important. But the other thing that's just underneath that and important is rotating players, like I said before. You know, Udinese is not a team to, be scared of and not want to actually rotate players. They're not gonna, like any other Serie A team. We're gonna have to execute. But we have players that are good enough that we can rotate in to still get a win. That's what I'm looking forward to, including players like, we already said it, Vegata, Luca. Luca, I gotta do something. Luca, I mean, shit, it's his former team. If there's gonna be any match he's motivated for, it's this one, man. Give Højlund a break. He needs it. Like today, It was obvious that Hoyland and a lot of players needed some freaking rest. This is the game to do it. So that's the number one thing for me after making sure we win is making sure that we get some rest
Yeah,
for the players that need it.
definitely.
I mean, shoot, luckily today we didn't have no injuries. Huh.
You're right.
Like this was
Considering
a
all those
match today
heavy
because
legs out there.
he played his best 11 and I'm not saying he shouldn't have. He absolutely needed to play his best 11 in this game because we needed to get a victory. And
Or a tie at the minimum, man. Benfica away is never easy, but they've been pretty bad in the UCL thus far. So
yeah.
Heavy legs out there. That's really the main reason of what I saw. That lack of focus mentality. We'll get into it in our Benfica video, but not good. Not good. Real quick before we do end the video, let's talk about the January transfer market. Realistically, man, for me, it's a failure if we don't get Kobe Maino. This guy is a stud. You see his last minute goal that he scored?
No, I didn't, but I did see what Mana said. Mana addressed a question about it, and the fact that Mana said that they're evaluating it means they're going for him.
Good. If we can finesse Man U 3 times, bro, that would be exceptional. Kobe Maino is that guy, man. I've been saying it for a while now. I want him. One of my closest friends is a Man U fan, bro. And he says he doesn't get enough playing time. I realistically wouldn't be mad if he went to a Napoli because he will get playing time there, especially given our injuries. I was like, yeah, hand him over. Cheap on wages too. We can afford it.
Oh, his wages are cheap, huh?
He did tell me that too, yeah. Because I know we did mention that in the last video how his wages were, but easily affordable. Easily.
I think we probably need him and one other midfielder just for depth and the fact that we got so many injuries right now in the midfield.
Crazy, man.
Like if we lose another midfielder, man, what?
We went from having the best midfield depth and talent wise to now looking lackluster as hell, man. That's so sad. It sucks, man. Injuries, man. They're the worst thing about sports in general is injuries. Just how it is, though. That's just how it is. All right, guys. So that'll do it for the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy this, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, share it with your friends and family. And Napoli Benfica video will be coming out tomorrow sometime. We will record that tomorrow. Kind of easing off the pain at the moment, but it is what it is. We have some high hopes in Serie A. The UCL is looking very rough, but we'll get into it tomorrow. So without further ado, Debo, we must exit in this way as we always do. Forza.
Napoli.
Sempre.
Why you?
It's all right, guys. The UCL ain't for us.